we always talk about, Charlie, who's my producing partner and I've worked with for a decade, and Nick, who's the editor on the film. I think we've all worked together for over a decade together. When we talk about storytelling, we often talk about this idea that you can leverage a model that you can actually like. I know it sounds like so technical, but like, that in a sense, like by telling a micro narrative, you can often get at a macro picture. And, there's certain beauty to filmmaking, which is that you really are able to bring these big issues to life, characters and their struggle and their journeys is really what makes people or makes people want to watch a film, right? So the power of storytelling is long documented and discussed. This notion that storytelling helps us order the chaos of the world and make sense of many of the biggest challenges or problems. That's age old. And what you see is that I think there is a primary sort of commitment, that comes from the notion of if it bleeds, it leads, that really drives a lot of media narratives. You have a great appreciation in the country for the fact that there is a mental health crisis. What you have less of is an understanding of what the solutions might be. And so when we set out to make this film, it's not so much that we wanted to create propaganda for a solution. We just knew that there was a system in Miami that was working in bringing recidivism rates down, making a difference in the lives of people with mental illness, creating a safer community. There was less violence against police officers and less violence against people with mental illness. And in that sense, we thought if we trained our camera on this, we could actually capture not the tragedy of a system, not the crisis in a system, but rather the answer to the crisis within one given system in the country. And that was the Miami model.